Alright, you're probably wondering why we're here with Kenneth, and that's simply because off screen, I went ahead and did my shopping, and I fished a little bit more, and I caught something that I didn't have before, which is crazy because the last time I was fishing in some of the earlier parts, I didn't catch anything new, but I happened to catch what was it? I think it was a salamander maybe. So let's go ahead and speak to him because I did get a rank up after that. Oh, you're black angular now. I'm impressed that you've earned the same title as me in such a short time. Should have expected that from a fishing pro like you though. I'm going to need to fish even harder so you don't overtake me. I can't say it's a bad feeling to be so highly regarded. It took me a while to get the hang of it, but now I feel like I've gotten really hooked on fishing. You know what's taking a hold when you start with the fishing puns. You need to enjoy these things. And now that you're black angular, I can trade you some even nicer stuff. Oh boy, here's what I'm all about. I'm all about the free stuff. Even though I guess it is free because we're using points, not necessarily anything. But hopefully we get a new rod here. Keep up the pace, Reen. I'm so proud of you. Oh, thanks, Kenneth. Oh, thanks. I won't let you down. Oh, the Lake Lord Star. An exceptionally sturdy rod that can withstand the mightiest catch. Ideal for catching large fish. Alright, so if we use that here, will we catch anything new? I might cut this out for you guys if we don't catch anything new here. But we need to head over to Beryl so we can get started with her quest of the mysteries. Yeah, she should be in a student union. This is a Radiance girl right here. Welcome to the Occult Research Society. What kind of fortune would you like me to tell you for today, Reign of Class 7? Health, romance. I can even give life advice if that is what you wish. Yeah, I'm thinking no. Life advice from Beryl? That shit sounds atrocious. Sorry, I'm not actually here to get my fortune teller. Don't worry, I'm well aware of that. You were sent by the student council, weren't you? You could have at least played along a little though. You're not much fun. That's fair, I suppose. But Beryl, have you ever thought about maybe I got things to do and I can't really be sticking around for too long with you? I mean, I love you, but damn. You got things to do. Yeah, I'm kind of fun. Yo, he got pressed. Yo, you remember that scene in Demon Slayer? Where I think it was Shinobu. Shinobu was saying Gi was like, that's why people don't like him. He had this sort of reaction. That's hilarious, man. That dude was like, people like me. Beryl's a strange one, alright. She's got quite the reputation amongst the girls as an uncannily accurate fortune teller, though. Honestly, she gives me vibes, not necessarily the same type of vibes, but very similar vibes to Luciola. There's something you'd like to ask of me, is there not? Answers are merely a question away. Do you wish to know what kinds of rituals and curses are my favorite, perhaps? Yeah, we're not trying to figure that out. That's probably the kind of thing I'm better off not knowing. Thanks. Wait, She didn't just read my mind, did she? Nah, she couldn't have. Oh boy. Why is there probably more to Beryl than we think? Because she does know a lot of stuff when you speak to her. I'm like, how the hell does she know this? And what is she talking about? That's how I feel after every Beryl conversation.
So, I assume you've been informed about what I want you to do.
Yeah, the mysteries. Yeah, you want me to look into the Academy's 7 mysteries, right?
Precisely. The sooner you can start investigating, the better. Are you ready to begin?
Accept the request. Sure, I'm ready when you are. I know a lot of schools across the country have mysteries like these, but I didn't know that Thors had a set all of its own.
Well, I'm glad I could give you the good news. They've become a hot topic among some of the girls recently.
Huh, I wouldn't have guessed that. But you said you wanted me to look into the 7 mysteries. Does that mean you don't know what all of them are and want me to find out what you don't know?
No, I know the basics of each mysteries already. What I'd like to ask you to do is to investigate how credible each one is.
I see. Is that something I'll really be able to investigate though? I mean, if they're supernatural.
You can just think of it as a part of your investigation. If you can't come to any conclusions, so be it. Either way, to be more specific, I'd like you to talk to other people most likely to know about each mystery.
Oh, I see. I see where she's getting at. So, I guess we can assume like these mysteries, they're gonna be tied, not necessarily tied to that person, but it'll be something they're familiar with, most likely, I would assume. Like if there was a mystery regarding let's take this for an example, the horse stable. I'm saying that because my boy. But Eustace, I don't think Eustace, maybe Paula might have some insight.
I could do it myself, but I'm not exactly what you call a people person.
Right. Okay, I think I get what you want me to do. Can you give me a head start by telling me what you know about each of the 7 mysteries though?
I think if I told you everything at once, it might be so much horror to take in that it would stop your heart. So ask me about them one by one and I'll tell you what I know about each.
That sounds like a good way to do it. All right, leave the investigation to me. Wait, I said Paula, but how could I forget about my boy though? Lambert and Whitcomb. Lambert might know. Or if it's on the field, Emily. Or Thresia.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing what you discover.
Quest Thors 7 mystery started.
Do you wish to hear about the Academy's 7 mysteries?
I mean, let's just go in order. Why would we not? Yeah, you guys know what? I'm going to be different and just start from 7. I'm not.
The first mystery, the crying sculpture.
Okay, well, we already know who this is. Come on, bro. There's only one person we've ever seen sculpting stuff, and that's Clara. This is a dead giveaway. What the hell? There's no thought behind this. Or there's no reason for us to think too hard about it.
The sculpture in question rests in the art room. It's used as a reference for sketches. However, if you dare to draw near, you can tear tracks running down its face, or you can see tear tracks running down its face.
Whoa.
What's more, the tears return after wiping them away. Rumor has it that the tears originate from a human head contained within.
Okay, now I was on board up until then. That's a little too extreme to believe.
You think so too? Even so, these sorts of stories always contain some kernel of truth. Perhaps speaking to the head of the art club will allow you to find it.
I mean, you gave away who we had to speak to anyway. I thought it was like we had to figure it out. I thought you were just gonna give like some sort of like hint. Like I thought they'd leave out that part at least. I mean, I already know who it was gonna be regardless. I said it beforehand. I'm pretty sure this girl's the head of the art club. Excuse me, could I have a minute of your time?
No, I'm busy. But my ears work so I can listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead, state your business.
Okay. I guess she's going to keep working while I talk. It's pretty impressive. I mean, that's how I was about to say Laura. That's how Clara gets down, though. Like nothing can stop her when she's focused. You almost gotta respect it. I'm actually looking into the Academy's 7 mysteries. One of which is the art room's crying sculpture. You wouldn't happen to know anything about
condensation.
Sorry.
Like I said, it's condensation. You have no idea how many people have come in to ask about it. They're not tears, just condensation. Water vapor in the air if big words scare you.
Yo, Clara's smart-mouthed as hell, man. My goodness. I like it though.
Who in their right mind would actually believe a sculpture could cry? I guess the world will never run out of idiots.
Why are we taking these shots like that? Clara, relax. Relax, Clara. I could really get to talking crazy about that Simpson-ass haircut you got. Yeah, I see.
Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the information.
It was nothing.
Ask about the second mystery.
The second mystery is that of the haunted piano.
Oh, well, this is another giveaway. It's either going to be Bridget. Well, Bridget is the one that plays the piano, but if it's gonna be like the art room one where you go to the head of the club, it'll probably be Highbell, because I believe he is the leader.
Late one night, a student walking by the music room heard someone playing the piano. Drawn by the sound, she took a peek into the room, only to find it empty.
Well, the name certainly fits.
They claim it's a music-loving ghost playing the piano in there.
A ghost who likes music, that's all? Seems a bit lazy to me. Shit, I just hope it is a ghost that likes music, Reen. I don't want it to be anything else.
Agreed. At least give the ghost some elaborate tragic backstory to explain his connection to the piano. Regardless, perhaps you could learn more from the head of the wind orchestra. I believe his name was Highbell.
Okay, well, she just completely gave it. She said his name this time. Okay, so I guess there's not supposed to be any sort of mystery with us finding him. We just got to go to that location. I think this is Highbell from the wind orchestra. Oh, hey, what's up? I have a quick question for you. I'm trying to investigate the 7 mysteries of the Academy. What have you heard about a haunted piano? Oh, that story. That's the one about the ghost playing the piano in the empty room, isn't it? Oh, so you do know it. What can you tell me about it? So you want to know the truth, huh? As it turns out, the ghost was me all along. Oh, really? Yeah, okay, calm down. I didn't mean that I'm actually a ghost. The rumor started spreading because someone heard noises in what they thought was an empty room, but I'm pretty sure they just stumbled along while I was tuning the piano. Really? Yeah, it's not exactly rare to end up totally obscured from the view from your tuning certain parts of it. Chances are that whoever heard that at the time just couldn't see me. So basically, I'm your so-called ghost. That makes sense. Right? Sorry though, you were probably hoping for something a bit more exciting. Not at all. You told me just what I needed to hear. Beryl might not be too thrilled though. Thanks for your time. Not a problem. Ask about the 3rd mystery.
Thirdly, we have the mystery of the Forbidden Tomb. Now this one is interesting. Apparently, the Academy's library houses a book containing one of the world's greatest secrets. The book is passed down from one library head to the next, all of whom are tasked with keeping it safe from prying eyes.
The library, huh? I'm trying to figure out if we can pinpoint who it is before she ultimately gives it away, because that kind of ruins half the fun for me. Now, the obvious answer is we could say the reception, lady. But I feel like a lot of these are tied to characters. And the one person that I think I've seen in the library on multiple occasions, almost all the time, is Thomas. So it's probably him she's referring to. At least that's the only person that comes to mind that's usually in the library. You weren't kidding. This one is pretty interesting.
It pleases me to know that I have a partner in fascination. Just imagine if it were something about the fall of ancient Zamoria's civilization. How romantic.
Bruh. Beryl, you are something else.
The person currently in charge of the library's instructor, Thomas. He's likely the only person who knows for sure.
Reem, my boy, what sorts of questions have you inquiring mind come up with today? As it happens, I'm looking into something for a fellow student. Yeah, I feel like this is a setup, Beryl. You didn't want to come here and do all this stuff yourself, because especially the Thomas one, because he talks forever. Like, Reem is screwed here. He's gonna be talking his ear off. Do you know anything about a forbidden tomb supposedly locked away in this library? A forbidden tomb? Why, what a fascinating idea! Just imagine if it contained details on the sacraments of the ancient Zamoria civilization. Or perhaps it could be a grimoire written by the cross-belling alchemists of the Middle Ages. Wouldn't it be thrilling if one really existed? Now, why is he talking? I feel like something like this does exist. He knows about it, and he's just playing stupid. Because you know these guys with the glasses, even if his do just look silly. There's something always about these guys. I swear. That people with glasses, you gotta watch them. Yeah, it doesn't, and I'm not even just talking about trails. I mean it anime in general. And especially since this guy doesn't open his eyes. Unless this is, I'm just like looking at the frame, but I swear you can see his eyes, like the lines, and they're always closed. That's a scary sign right there. And on top of it, he has one of those personalities that's just like, he's very loud. He's got a very loud person and kind of like, it's almost like it's a facade. So I wouldn't be surprised later if he has like a different identity. Because he's one of those, a good example is characters like Toby from Naruto, or of course Aizen, those type of characters. Yeah, it sure would. In other words, it doesn't.
But what exactly inspired you to ask about this imaginary tomb?
Well, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy. And one of them has to do with a book full of the world's greatest secrets hidden deep within this library.
So that's what this is all about. This year's story is even more absurd than the one I heard last year, but I do believe I know what you're talking about.
You do?
The tomb the story refers to is in fact a volume of ţಃLove, gentleman's special interest literature.
Oh. Seriously?
At least the forbidden part is right, not because it's dangerous or anything, but because it's rather naughty. We would tell you boys time after time not to bring those sorts of things into the academy, but someone always has to try.
Must have been Crow. He must have forgot about it, his library book, and he accidentally swapped it and brought in the damn the mag.
Well, boys will be boys, I suppose. This little tale started because we gathered contraband here before we dispose of it.
Well, that's one way to do things.
So if you happen to be a prized collection of your own, make sure to leave it under your mattress back home.
Damn, you have to say nothing about my mags.
Unless you want me to find it and share what you're into with Instructor Sara and the rest of the faculty.
Honestly, go ahead. Want me to bring you some? I actually don't care if you show people. It's just a bunch of older women. Sara might even like. Let me stop. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, anyway, there's nothing especially unusual or mysteries about this library, I'm afraid.
You have made that abundantly clear. Thank you for your time, instructor. The fact that this guy said abundantly is crazy. Do you guys actually use that word? Maybe if you're not American. I feel like people that aren't American say like stuff with bigger words. Not even that that's really a big word, but it's just a funny word. Ask about the 4th mystery.
The 4th mystery tells the hidden graves. The legend dates back to 250 years.
Damn, 250 years ago, huh? You know what this is about to get into.
It's said that many who died in the War of the Lions lie buried beneath this academy. More specifically, their bodies are buried directly below what is now the field.
Oh. Alright, so the people we probably need to speak to for this is either Emily, Paula, or Lambert. Whoa, is there more to this story?
Oh, there most certainly is. They say that on some cursed nights, the corpses of the burned rise from their graves to bathe in the moonlight. And when they do, their long hidden graves surface from the field, overtuning it and leaving holes.
Well, that explains why this mystery is called the Hidden Graves, at least. But honestly, I was kind of expecting the mystery to be a little creepier.
You must be getting used to these macabre mysteries.
Good. Oh shit. Wait, what do you mean by good?
Regardless, the best people to ask about the field would be the members of the riding club. I believe the club's captain, Lambert, is home for the summer.
Oh, that's true, he is. So it's Paula we need to speak to. She's right. I think that's why I originally didn't bring up Lambert, is because he wasn't there at the field when we spoke, when we were going around speaking to everyone, so it kind of didn't cross my mind. So it's Paula in this case.
Perhaps you should ask Paula instead.
Or his enemy, I should say. I love Paula's eyes though. She's very cute.
Irene from Eustace's class, right?
That's right. And you're Paula from class 5, I assume. This might sound weird, but I'm currently looking into these mysteries surrounding the school. Have you heard the rumor they're calling the hidden graves?
I have. That's the one about the dead rising from their graves on the field, right? Lambert and I found a hole in the field a while back, but the only thing to come out of it was an exam with a bad grade.
Why do all of these things sound like shit Crow did? The magazine and now this? Seriously?
Yep, it seems like someone couldn't deal with getting a score that bad, so they tried to put their test 6 reach under. They didn't even bury it though, just dug a hole and tossed it in. We filled it up since someone could have tripped. But with a grade like that, you could say the only grave our culprit dug was his own.
Yeah, that joke was so bad I can't even force myself to laugh. Damn, Rain. You didn't have to say it out loud. You could have just started. You laugh about plenty of other worse shit. That's not funny. But this is the one time you can't laugh, man. I'll put Rain in a headlock right now. I don't care. I don't care if we're controlling Rain. Yeah, I'll put myself in a headlock. That aside, thanks for the info. That was a big help. Ask about fifth mystery.
The sports club grudge is the topic of the fifth mystery. Given how hard the sports club train, it's not uncommon to hear screaming coming from the general direction.
So the sports club. So this will probably have something to do with either Klein, because I think Klein is the head of the swimming club, or Fredo, who's the head of the fencing club. Another sports club though is the lacrosse club with Emily and Thresia though.
But some say that screams can be heard coming from something else dwelling in the gymnasium. The rumors say that those screams are a grudge of sorts, a manifestation of all the stresses sports club members face.
This one seems a bit backwards to me. Working up a sweat should wash away your stresses, not make a monster out of them.
Only a select few would share that sentiment. Such ignorance of others' feelings might just lead you to an unfortunate end.
Damn, Beryl, you didn't have to say it like that though. That's scary. Why are you talking like that? Stop talking like that, Beryl. Right.
No matter.
Damn, I feel like she actually got pressed by him saying that.
It may be wise to ask the captain of the fencing club for further details on this mystery.
Okay, so Fredo.
I think her name is Fredo.
No, we got Fredo versus Loggins, huh? He's saying the same stuff. It's crazy how his head turns around though. That is damn terrifying. Yeah, she looks so cool though. I like Fredo. Let me see. She's very cool. I think she's the captain of the fencing club, right? Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a question?
No bother at all. Ask away.
As it so happens, I'm looking into the 7 mysteries of the academy. Have you ever heard of the sports club's grudge?
Oh, sure. People have been talking about it since I was a first year. Although I don't suppose it will gain much traction next year.
Wait, she said people have been talking about it since she was a first year? Wait, why do I feel like it has something to do with her? And she's saying it won't gain traction next year. Is it because she's not going to be here? Is she a second year? Why is that?
It's pretty simple, really. Those screams don't come from people, but the door that used to be here. It had been in a bad condition for years and used to make these awful screeching noises.
I did not expect it to go here. And look at that expression she has on her face. What in the world is Fredo on about?
So I asked for a replacement at the beginning of the month. Now everything is nice and quiet around here.
Well, that explains that. Thanks for the information.
You're very welcome.
Little did we know, those screams, those wailings of horror was simply Fredo beating the living shit out of Loggins. Loggins, you was screaming that bad? You was getting your ass beat that bad? I'm out of here, I'm sick. Ask about the 6th mystery.
Oh my, the 6th mystery surrounds the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell.
The Crimson Devil of Lake Hell? This is gonna have something, we already know what this guy has something to do with. The Crimson Devil of Lake Hell? Lake? Kenneth Lake Lord? Stop playing with me, man. Come on, man. Shout out to Kenneth. The Crimson Devil is probably just some sort of fucking fish. Let's be real here.
Have you paid much mind to the pond beside the gymnasium?
What did I say?
Some say that it has a direct connection to hell itself.
Damn, fishing in Gehenna is crazy.
More amazingly, they say a resident of hell, the Crimson Devil, shows up at the pond from time to time.
Well, that's certainly something. Any word on what it looks like?
Sadly, the only descriptor I've heard is that it has 2 massive claws. It might be the best to ask someone who fishes there often if you wish to know more about this mystery. Do you know Kenneth? He's a first year in the Imperial Fishing Club. He's a noble though he acts as though he's not. Nevertheless, he is the club's head. Perhaps he knows something.
Hey, Irene, still fishing the good fish? I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I guess you could say that. It's actually something I was hoping to ask you about. Does the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell ring any bells?
That's one of the Academy's 7 big mysteries, right? It's the only one I know, at least. But seriously though, did anyone really believe this place was connected to hell?
Probably not. Any idea what the Crimson Devil part's all about though?
It's probably a crayfish. You see them around here ever so often.
That must be it. Well, what's a crayfish? Yeah, red things kind of look like crab. They even have two big claws just like that devil's supposed to. I wouldn't be surprised if crayfish inspired the whole thing. Yeah, especially when you put it like that. Thanks, Kenneth. And we're finally down to the 7th mystery.
The 7th and final mystery is that the poltergeist in the upper class dormitory. To be frank, I have very little information about this one, but it seems as though the furniture, cutlery, and the like are often found broken in the upper class dormitory.
I mean, I don't really know how we're gonna be able to get access to the upper class dormitory, but maybe we could ask either Celestin. Well, Celestin isn't here right now, is he? So Lottie, I would assume. How do you say her name? Is it Latte or is it Lottie? And people are saying the poltergeist is responsible.
So it seems. Considering the mess it seems to be making, I can only imagine the dormitory's maids would know something.
My girl Beryl looks like she doesn't ever fucking sleep. That's too relatable. I'm on the same type shit.
Perhaps you should ask them for more information.
I can't think of a better person to ask about the upper class dorm. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question?
Of course not. How can I help you?
So I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the academy. There's one story about a poltergeist in this dorm, but would you know if there's any truth to that?
I do, in fact. Some of the more experienced maids told me all about it. I've even seen it for myself.
You've actually seen the poltergeist?
Oh, not quite. There was a much simpler explanation behind all the havoc. As the story goes, plates are broken and utensils strewn about the kitchen, correct? But these things happen when the girls try their hands at cooking for the first time. The kitchen can get very chaotic. This tends to hit its peak in May when more of them want to practice for their cooking classes. But I think a poltergeist makes for a far more interesting culprit when people are sharing stories.
Oh, that explains it. Thanks for clearing everything up.
I'm glad I could be of help.
Oh, she's so cute. And that's the 7th mystery included. In the end, none of them turned out as spooky as I'd hoped. But oh well. I hope Beryl won't be too disappointed.
It looks like you finished your investigation. Can you tell me about what you've learned?
Sure, let me go through them one by one. Bring tell Beryl the truth about each one of the 7 mysteries.
I see. Condensation, magazines, a test. None of these are supernatural at all. I honestly didn't expect any of them to be real, but the truth is even more pathetic than I thought it'd be.
Look at her expression while she says that. Beryl is, she's very intense. I agree. Although it's kind of interesting that people were able to make such a fantastical stories out of perfectly ordinary things.
I suppose that's true. Still, I'd like to thank you for looking into everything for me. So here you go. It's something hex with one of my favorite curses.
You received a nightmare. Ah, shit. Thanks. To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised none of these mysteries had anything to do with the old schoolhouse. It seems like the perfect setting for a ghost story. I wonder why it didn't come up. I mean, we already know there are strange monsters in there. Beryl probably knows too. She's just about to start playing dumb watch.
What are you talking about? Of course it comes up. In the real 7 mysteries at least.
Yeah, Beryl is on some other stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
What?
Could you say that again? I couldn't quite make that out.
I didn't say a word. Perhaps your investigation has gotten to you.
Nah, it's time to get out of here. It's time to get out of here. We've been around Beryl for too long. You can only stay around her for a little bit. Not too much longer. She'll probably drive you insane.
I could have sworn I heard her say something about the real 7 mysteries.
Oh well, it's probably a better idea not to get into it. Quest, the Thors 7 mysteries completed. Nice. Now with that, Oh, we got a call. Hello? Ring Schwarzer of Class 7 speaking.
It's Sara. You're knocking out those requests for the student council.
Yeah, we just finished up and I was about to get, ready to do some bonding events. Yeah, I've made my way through several of them now and I'm just getting started on the rest.
Nice. I've got something to talk to you about, so come along to the faculty lounge when you can. I'm not going to take it out on your grades if you don't show her anything. It's just a personal thing. Later.
Didn't even wait to hear my response. Oh well, I suppose I should go meet her in the faculty lounge when I get the chance.
Yeah, there you are. Seems like everything's going smoothly with the student council.
For the most part, yeah.
Glad to hear it. I'm almost finished with another day's boring paperwork here. Want to skip this joint and head into town? You could treat me to a couple of beers for being such a dedicated teacher.
Yeah, for some reason, I see the school frowning on that.
You never cease to entertain, Rain. So, Neithardt let it slip that he gave you guys some kind of special training last month.
Oh, this is what she's calling us for? Seriously? Does she want us to, does she want the girls to go against the guys right now? You guys don't want to do it, trust us. After the Neithardt, the man way method, after that training, we're all top notch. Wait, what are you? Oh, you must mean those swimming lessons.
Exactly. I've been pretty pleased at how much all the guys have been improving their times. And then boom, I find out it's all because of Neithardt's meddling. I'm still fuming. Do you know how much crow I was eating when he bragged right to my face? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they got beef? Well, what's the deal with those two? It's like they're locked in some mortal struggle to outdo each other.
Well, if that's how he wants to play it, the gloves are coming off. I'm going to hold a special girls-only lesson.
A girls-only lesson? I mean, so what does that have to do with us?
And you're just the man who's going to help me out.
But you just said it was girls only.
Oh, but I need you, Rain. I need you to tell me all the juicy details about the Neithardt's been drilling you on. So you're free right now, right?
Yes. You gotta do all the quest. I almost regret saying it, but I am.
Splendid. Let's tear off our clothes and get into our swimming suits.
That's a crazy line, Sara.
Go gather up all the girls and tell them to meet me at the gymnasium.
Damn, so we gotta do everything, Sara. We gotta go gather up everyone. Why couldn't you do that? You're the one that wants to do this little training swimming lesson. Quest, swimming lessons MkII start. This is gonna be awkward as hell. It's just Reen here and all the girls. Oh, look at little Milliam. She looks so full of energy all the time. Look at everyone else and then look at her.
So, what sort of training will we be doing here? It hasn't escaped my notice that only us girls are here too. What sort of training indeed?
Emma, you do have your glasses on. Why can you not see that it's not just girls here?
I'm more worried about the wondering gaze of a certain boy in our midst.
Emma, Lisa, relax. Well, things happen.
Listen up. Instructor Reen here is going to tell us all about the secret training Neithardt decided to give the guys. Did you know he actually held a special workshop just for them? Doesn't it burn you up that none of you were included?
Not really. Knowing him, it was probably just needless exertion. Yeah, she does not care.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean. He seems like the kind of guy who likes boring monologues and macho training and such and that sort of stuff.
Damn, Millie. Wow. Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
Alright, let's start with this so-called man-way method of his. What does that involve exactly? Oh, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Okay, which one is it, Millie? Are you hating or are you glazing?
The general idea behind the man-way method is that people put more effort into things when they can beat other people at them. First step, we'll have Reen the Mean Machine show us how it's done.
That is crazy.
Go ahead and choose who you want to square off with.
You know, just Reen is fine. Really. Okay, I'm stuck here anyway. Might as well make the most of it. Lisa, Laura. Nah, let's do Sara. Let's do Sara because you're the whole reason we're here in the first place, Sara. And I want the strongest competition. All right, how about you join me, Instructor Sara?
You've got some real stones to call out your teacher first.
Nah, it's not about having stones, Sara. It's about the respect. I need you to respect me. You're always throwing your work on me, making me do everything for you. I'm in a student council because of you. Not that I wouldn't have joined, because let's be real here. Toa, I'm joining wherever Toa goes, that's where I go.
I still owe you one for last month too. I hope you're looking forward to getting smoked.
Yeah, that's not happening. What fun is there if it's too easy? Hey, come get smoked, Sara. Running your mouth like this is gonna be sweet. This is too free.
Ready? Go.
Hey, what's the buttons again? I always forget. Okay, I'm glad they put this up there every time. It's weird though, because I feel like the timing, I can never get the timing down perfect. I feel like it's not synced for me. Like I feel like when I hit it dead on, it's like, it's miss or it's like good. And then when I do it later, it's great. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I just feel that way. Let's go. I started messing up. Let's go. How you like that, Sara? And you 0-2 right now against me. I should have picked someone else so you don't feel too bad. I want you to feel bad. Don't ever challenge me ever again.
No way. You little... When did you get this good? Don't tell me.
Does it really gall you that much that Instructor Neithardt's training might have actually proven useful? Though you didn't quite seem like you were in top form today.
Well, that's true, but that's no excuse. As much as it pains me, I have to accept my defeat. You win this one, Rean. Anyway, let's head back. So, what did Neithardt have you guys do after this?
Well, the first part was having us all go head to head like we did just now. After that, he pushed us to our limits, swimming the length of the pool with just 30 seconds of rest between laps. In terms of distance, I bet we ended up swimming well over 5,000 arch.
That's crazy. Now that's what I call a long distance swim. That sounds about right for a regular training session. Maybe for you, Laura.
Yo, Emma and Lisa, they're not about that life. William, I don't have the slightest clue what thought is going through that little head of hers.
The distance doesn't really bother me, but I just don't want to swim laps back and forth. Boring. How about we play tag?
I mean, that honestly could work. That's not that bad, William.
No.
I'm up for it if the rest of you are.
Sounds fun. I'm not opposed to the idea. Yeah, I just hope a certain someone doesn't use fun and games as an excuse to get all grabby.
Ouch. Still holding on to that what happened, huh? At least I thought we moved past this, please. It was an accident. I assure you, I had no intentions of actually squeezing or putting my head between anything. Relax. This is me you're talking about, not Crow. Damn, Rain! What, Rain? You gotta stop doing this to Crow. You already snitched on him at the library. When he looked at like a good person, and you ruined his image. Even though you weren't technically wrong for doing it, but damn, you snitched on Crow now, and now you're throwing him under the bus here. This is getting out of hand. Is Rean Crow's biggest hater? He just might be.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, looks like everyone's up for a rousing game of tag. Woohoo! I'll be at first.
And that was how a grueling training session developed into bull games. Unfortunately for poor Rean, his hands did end up in the wrong place at the wrong time once or twice, earning him the everlasting shame. However, he nobly persevered, and so it was that their novel training day came to an end. I don't know why that was so weird to read. Quest Swimming Lessons Act 2 completed. You received a Zerum capsule from Instructor Sara, so thanks for helping. Hey, shout out to the GOAT. Is she gonna be, wait, before we end off, maybe she went back to the faculty. Let's see if she has anything to say.
Thanks for lending us a hand there. We might have had a bit too much fun with it, but it was pretty useful, wasn't it?
Definitely. I had plenty of fun myself, so I wanted to say thanks too. No. I guess with that being said, we are going to end off this part here because it's getting pretty damn long. It's probably like an hour, over an hour. But I am going to do a lot of cuts. Specifically for the Beryl quest, the 7 mystery quests, because that was just a lot of walking around. With that being said, I will see you guys next time for more Trails of Cold Steel. Take care.